getting to the point where we can move them around and put them in different places, and we're not worried about them lining up anymore. We're not worried about all these different things. And of course, there's always things to clean up, but I think just the confidence is the big thing right now, not only from our end, but for the players walking out there knowing that they can beat people consistently playing and play out.
Can you talk about Josh Stanford specifically? I mean, he made a big catch on Saturday. It seemed like maybe he was lacking confidence for a little while, but he found it. I guess.
Yeah, you know, Josh is a guy that's been playing good football right now. He's going out there, he's blocking well, and you know, a lot of people have seen some of the other things, but that goes kind of sometimes unnoticed. And the guy goes every single play, he goes hard as he possibly can. He's springing people downfield, and he's done a good job. He's catching the football better and consistently, and you know, he's a guy that's playing with some confidence right now, and that goes a long way in this sport. And when you're out there and sometimes you're unsure, do they want to throw me the ball? Does the quarterback like me? All the stuff. And now he's realizing that I can make plays every Saturday. I can make big plays in big-time situations. The coaches are going to throw me the ball, and he's playing with that confidence. It's good to see.
This is kind of a technical question that you probably can only answer it, but I see him maybe trying to catch the ball off his chest a bit more than anybody else that I've seen watching the game. Is that something that you coach or teach or discourage or encourage?
It's a confidence thing. And I think that as he gets more confident, he'll kind of avoid doing that as much. You see the big third down catch. He caught the ball in his hands. He didn't really have a choice. He had to, but he has good hands. And I went through the same thing as a player. My first couple of years at Illinois, and my fourth and fifth year, my junior and senior year, I wasn't doing that anymore. And it was a confidence thing. I got in practice. I'd catch the ball in my hands all the time. I'd get in the games and feel like I had to catch it, so I'd get it in my body. And you know, that was just something that you grow out of. And he's a young player. He started 6 games. You know, he's still going, and I'm excited to see his future.
Do you feel like people or opponents still might kind of underestimate Willie and what he can do on the field?
I think they might, you know, just because of his stature. You look at him, he's not an imposing guy. You know, he's a smaller guy, but when you watch him, he consistently gets open, and you know, as he continues to beat these defensive backs week in and week out, people are going to start to have to game plan him a little bit. And when you start game planning Willie, then that puts more opportunities out there for Josh and for Dimitri, and that's the goal, is to get all these guys different spots where we can start moving guys around. They can't just hone in, okay, he's in the slot, okay, he's here, he's outside. And you start to be able to get that dynamic amongst the receiving group and the tight end with Calvin, and that's when you can really start to do some damage.
Some of the guys have said that TJ's kind of taken on an assistant coaching role since he's one of the veteran guys in the group. Is that something you've seen, and kind of how is he contributing to from a coaching standpoint?
You know, he's matured in my eyes, and that's hard to do because you think that he's an older guy, he's already mature, but as a football player, when you have to be the leader, it takes you a little bit of time to develop in that role. And he's kind of a goofy guy by nature, and I like that about him, but he's kind of understanding when's the time to be serious, when the time is to help, you know, maybe pick a teammate up when he needs to be picked up, or maybe push him when he needs to be pushed. And I think he's starting to get that. I'm hoping he's seeing a little bit from me and kind of taking my personality on a little bit, but you know, I'm proud of how he's moved forward this season, and he, you know, moving forward needs to be a bigger part of our offense, not just a red zone guy. We need to use him more in the field and get him the ball because he's proved he can make plays, and you know, that's our job as coaches to do that for him.
Aside from the guys that you have on the field right now that we're seeing routinely, are there other guys who are maybe working their way into playing time that you might expect to play this weekend or in the near future?
You know, Carlos Parker's been a couple reps a game guy. He needs to keep moving up and keep getting those reps, and he's a guy that has a lot of talent. I'd love Carlos to play more of a role, and he's a guy that needs to. Charlie Meyer's another guy that's playing a handful of snaps per game, and you know, he needs to just continue to develop and get better. But you know, really happy with the guys that are playing right now, and we need to just continue to add to Carlos's kind of package. And you know, as he's proved he can handle what we've given him, now we add a few things and get him involved a little more.
Thanks, Coach.
To go back